Taking a look at our Friday forecast, things are looking really nice after our warming trend really peaked yesterday. Taking a look at our almanac for yesterday, high of 87 degrees. You can see well above what we typically see for this time of year. We're traditionally in the mid 70s for early April, so well above that all throughout the week, and that continues into the afternoon today. No record-breaking high temperatures, but everyone will be on the warm side once again. Mid 80s expected here in Bakersfield. 86 degrees is what we're on track for by the afternoon. 75 for Keene and for Tehachapi today. 83 over in Lake Isabella. 91 for Jawbone Canyon and 95 up in China Lake. So quite a bit of heat still built into parts of the desert communities and really all across the board. Something else we're tracking into the afternoon and overnight hours. We do have a little bit of unsettled weather. I'll show you that in just a moment. But here's how it's impacting us in Kern County. Winds are set to increase into the evening and overnight hours, all thanks to what's happening between two different systems, one up in the Pacific Northwest, the other really taking over the west coast. As those interact, winds are starting to pick up over in the desert communities, gusting as high as 40 miles per hour. No wind advisories have been issued, but you'll likely feel some more gusty winds into the evening, into very early Saturday morning before conditions are set to calm down into the afternoon. Now, of course, as we head toward the weekend, if you're heading out of town across the Golden State, temperatures for tomorrow afternoon looking beautiful all across the board. 60s on the coastline, 70s down in LA, and a warm 96 down in Palm Springs. So another warm day for Saturday. And here's the reason for that. We have this strong ridge of high pressure built into a majority of the west coast. And here's that other system I was telling you about near Seattle and Portland. That's that little bit of interaction that we're getting between warm air mass and a cool air mass contributing to those winds. Early next week, taking a peek at where we're headed for the next couple of days, another strong ridge of high pressure building in, which means temperatures are set to peak once again. Some more warm weather on the way for us. Here's a peek at your weekend forecast. Saturday and Sunday in the low 80s here in the valley, and then high 80s by the weekend. Again, all because of that strong ridge of high pressure building back into the west coast early next week. More warm weather is on the way for here in the valley and for the rest of Kern County. Temperatures for this weekend in the KRV mainly 70s and 80s. They're back up into the 80s early next week. Minor rain chance in the mountains on Monday. Nothing too much of a concern, but we'll keep an eye on that through the weekend for you. Expect 60s, 70s, and 80s across the board this weekend.